Hey, today, fellas, we're talking about biohacking your wood. And actually, years ago, it's like actually January 3rd, 2017, I remember that because I was waking up terrified just about every morning because I wasn't really taking care of myself. I mean, I was waking up in pain, all types of different issues. And that's because I didn't know the information that I'm about to share with you. So, hey, go ahead and take some notes on this one, because if I had this information, I would be 10 times much better already than from when I started. And hey, this is Brian, aka Uncle B, and a men's performance coach with Good Wood. And as a sexual performance coach, my whole goal is to get you to the point where you don't have to worry about erections anymore. And using these biohacking tips that I'm about to give you is going to help with that process. Specifically, we're going to be talking about 5 different areas. And of course, if you like what you hear, go and hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell so we can get some more of this information to you. And what I'm gonna do, biohacking style, is break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, so let's talk about what is biohacking. Biohacking is basically tips and tricks for enhancing the body's ability to function at peak performance. So, we're not only talking about that, we're talking about looking to increase your lifespan. Now, these methods can change from, we're talking about lifestyle changes, diet modifications, and using technology and self-experimentation. And we're going to break all of those down, because what you're trying to do is actually enhance both the physical and the mental to improve your strength, endurance, cognitive function, sleep quality, and just basic overall well-being. Now, we're talking about optimizing your health. So, we're focusing on preventative measurements as well as looking for longevity. And, the whole goal here is actually to push it, to expand your human potential. I mean, obviously we're trying to be safe with it, but it's like, what more can we do to get even better every day? So let's get into it with the lifestyle and dietary changes. I mean, this just makes sense. We're talking about everything from intermittent fasting to sleep routines to exercise routines and everything in between, and also, of course, managing that stress. Now, the thing to think about, though, is it's your patterns that got you here. The things you're doing day to day, week, year to year, decade to decade, that led you to the point where you are right now. And now, once you start understanding your patterns, you can start biohacking by reverse engineering what has happened to lead you down the wrong path. So really the question is, what is your goal as a sexual performance athlete? I mean, that's the only sport that you're going to do for life. I mean, I used to play basketball, but not as much anymore, but I'm not giving up on the sex. No. And when we talk about what you need to do around here, we're talking about your patterns and your habits. Really, it's more about your patterns, because habits is sort of like, hey, what does that actually mean? Patterns we can measure, we can look at, and we can start fixing, with the goal of making the patterns automatic so you don't ever have to think about it. You just eat correctly, go to sleep on time. It's not a challenge for you. This is just what you do. And at the end of the day, it's really necessary to have your own personal blueprint so you know what meals, workouts, techniques, and all the things that make sense for you, because it has to be based on you. And we're talking about your age, your body type, your lifestyle, everybody else that's in your life, how much time you have. All of that needs to be taken into consideration. All right, so let's get into that supplement game, because this part is really important, because we're talking about herbal supplements. We're talking about the tinctures, the powders, the capsules. We don't do pills around here, because pills are literally the cheapest form of nutrition known to man. You just take a whole bunch of chemicals, slam it together, put it in a package, and it's all over the planet. And we're talking about really boosting specific body functions. When we're talking about your wood, when we're talking about your erections, we're talking about testosterone, blood flow, hormonal balance. We want the herbs that are easier on your body to slowly make the changes, but just be as effective as possible. And of course, we're looking at your stamina and your overall erection strength. Now, the biggest supplement biohack that I can give you right now is consistency. That's really it, because a lot of people think that, with herbs or things like that, it's supposed to act like Viagra, where it just acts in an hour. That's a medicine. That's something that's very powerful that changes your body radically and doesn't actually help it, it fixes it. With herbs, you're looking for to fix things that you're not even aware of. So when you're taking like maca or ashwagandha, it takes 3 to 6 weeks for it to kick in. For a good reason, because it's repairing all the underlying things that you're not paying attention to. You just happen to notice that your erections aren't as good. So it takes a little while for these to get into your system and get you back. But the good news is after that's done, you're good for a long time. So let's talk about biotechnology and that biohacking. So when we talk about biohacking and biotechnology, well, you've seen the wearables, you have other biofeedback tools. You can even do genetic testing and, just looking for anything that can influence the information you're getting from your body. For example, I use the Withings scale, and that's a scale that actually sends electrical pulses up through your body so it can tell not only your weight, but also your body fat percentage, your bone density, your blood pressure, and more. And of course, it comes with the app so you can track these things over time. The data is really important because that's what gives you the exponential benefits, because you really don't want to count on your memory or what did you weigh 2 weeks ago on Tuesday. You can also get home testosterone testing kits. We partnered up with Let's Get Checked. And yeah, you just send that in, you get it back. It's a good way to measure what's going on with your body. Testosterone is very important since it's the bursting and burning of testosterone that fuels an erection. When it comes down to it, biohacking is a measurement game. Yeah, so you need to look at everything that you can use. For example, I have a Sleep 8 mattress, so it actually cools and it records, what type of sleep pattern that I have. You got your smartwatch, you got Lumen, which you breathe in so you can figure out what's going on what's inside of your body in terms of your metabolism. You have Apollo, it can actually, it could put you in different moods. You got blue light glasses, you got smartphones, you got smart desk, standing desk. All of these things can help you get better. In fact, a 2017 NIH study showed that sleep tracking can actually improve once you have the information back to you. So you know that, that's the reason why I keep waking up in the middle of the night, and you can make that change. Let's talk about one of the biggest biohacks that's just been around for centuries. It's called coaching and community. That's been going on forever, because that saying is, if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with others. And that counts, especially when we're talking about personalized coaching, because that's the biggest hack that you can get, because you don't know what you don't know. And so there are a lot of situations where it could either be macro or micro changes that are going on that you don't know about. For example, I was dealing with a basketball coach, and he didn't recognize that, he did summer school. Summer school took him out of the sun, put a little bit more stress on him and his family, the relationship, and as a result, he wasn't functioning correctly the way that he should later on. That's a macro. It was a big change that he wasn't paying attention to. And you need to know those things, and a coach from the outside can see that. That's the reason why LeBron, Kobe, MJ, Garnett, all these guys were very coachable, and they were all basically biohackers, because, you had Jordan in the pool back in the day. LeBron is in that cryo chamber. Garnett does yoga. He's been doing yoga because that gives you that edge. And the other thing is being part of a community that's able to push you, because, when people are seeing you, they know your backstory. They can say, yeah, man, remember the reason why you're doing this is because of your kids, whatever it is. You get that push. It is huge. It'll actually help you move faster, along with dealing with other people with issues that you can relate to and they can relate to you. Especially if they've already gone through it, they can give you that biohack, that one piece of information that you may be missing that can take you over the edge. You learn what to do and what not to do. And that's highly important for taking a lot of time that could be wasted. And here's a quick fact that you should know. Your chances of reaching a goal increases by 76% when you actually have the goal written down with action steps. You share it with a coach, and you're getting, weekly to daily updates. That is going to make the biggest change for you. And question of the day, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. What goals do you need to reach in order to get your wood on demand? Are we talking about you need better sleep? You need to control your diet? What is going on? Getting that exercise in, man. And once again, if you like what you heard, go hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell. And this is Uncle B saying get your game up and go hard. Peace out.